Dun da da, dun da da, da dee da dee da da, da da da, da da da, da dee da dee da da, ya da dee da din da dee da dee da da. Good morning, everybody. We are continuing the laws of washing our hands. How do we do this right? We are on chapter 40 in the Ketzah Shulchan Aruch, and the truth is that this is complicated, and we did some show and tell in the last couple of classes. We're gonna do a little bit more show and tell with my hands today. We'll see how that works. We are on number 5, so chapter 4, number 5. After you've washed both hands, in other words, you've poured from the washing cup twice over one hand, twice over the other. So rub them together, hold them up, yagbiyam neged roshai, about the levy of your head, not like this, but around this high, and say the verse, su'u yedechem. Now, a lot of people don't do this, and if you don't do it, it doesn't mean that your hand washing is not okay. The full verse is, su'u yedechem kodesh uvarchu es Hashem, lift your hands in holiness and bless Hashem. And this is the verse explains that we're supposed to raise our hands when we do Netilat Yadayim, a mitzvah which promotes holiness. And I'll tell you from personal experience that when I put more kavana, more mindfulness, more intention into my hand washing, it elevates other things as well. So we hold up our hands, right, and we do a right? We're going to say that. Then we're going to say after Yisu Yedechem Kodesh Uvaruch Es Hashem. Then we say Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Asher K'nei Ritzav Yisrael Al Netilas Yadayim. Now, you might say, it's a rabbinic commandment, and this goes with all rabbinic commandments, right? Even though it is rabbinic, we still say God commanded us, because all of these rabbinic commandments are we receive through the Torah, right? They come down through the Torah, through the sages, and to us. And even though when it comes to mitzvahs, normally we say the bracha and then we do the mitzvah. Okay. Mikol makom, this is a dime, with regards to washing our hands. Since at times ein yadav nikuyos koidem netila. Since sometimes before you do this ritual hand washing, your hands are not clean at all before you wash them. So the sages said, whenever you do Netilat Yadayim, Yavarech alem, you should you want to make the bracha with clean hands. You don't want to say the bracha and you've got dirty hands. So v'od, and furthermore, there's also part of the effort which is prior to performance of a mitzvah as well. What are we talking about? Because when you dry the hands, that's part of the mitzvah Netilat Yadayim. So really, you're saying the bracha in the middle of the effort to wash your hands. So just to remind us, we've raised our hands. We say the pasuk, if we remember. We say Asher K'nei Ritzav. Then we are going to dry the hands. One who's accustomed to pour twice in each hand, right? Yishposh techila al kol yad pamachas vishven, and then rub them. V'varech achar kach yishposh pam shenis al kol echad. So he presents this style, this method, I should say, and he says, a person who pours twice should pour one time on each hand, then rub them, then make the bracha, and then pour them a second time. Okay, that's the kitzer. The Mishnah Berurah brings a different way, which is that you pour twice on each hand and then say the bracha, and that's the way that most people will do it today. V'yizaher should take care. Lenagav yadav, you should dry your hands very well. You should not dry them on your shirt. Mishum dekashet l'shchicha. Now, there's an idea that comes up a bunch of times in the Gemara that certain things can cause forgetfulness. For example, eating a bunch of olives without olive oil as well. We're not sure this is Kabbalah. So this is another one. You shouldn't dry your hands on your shirt. The Mishnah Berurah says that if you wash your hands, but you don't dry them, this is actually considered really bad behavior. It's not just you didn't do the mitzvah right, but it's actually bad. And if you want to go more into it, and look in the Mishnah Berurah, Halacha, they go into more depth and details about the importance of drying your hands well. So I want to say a moment here also. It doesn't have to be on a disposable, cloth. It can be on a towel. But, sometimes you go to a place and the towel is so wet, and you want to dry your hands. So does that count? Well, if that's all you have, then that's what you use. But one should endeavor to use something that will actually dry their hands as best as possible. Let's say you poured water on one hand, you touched the other hand you hadn't washed yet. Or somebody else touched it, or you touched another person or your other hand. The water in your hand, it's you've undone what you just tried to do. He says you should dry the water from your hands. You should wash your hands again. However, if it happens to him, but you said your bracha already. You're not going to say another bracha. So let's say, the case, right? You wash your hands, and as you're walking away, somebody grabs your hand and says, "Oh, so good to see you." Yeah, I just washed my hands. So now you're going to go wash your hands again, but you don't say a bracha again, okay? Because that would be a bracha levatala. The same, by the way, would be if you spoke between washing your hands and saying hamotzi. You're not going to say the bracha again, but you will have the opportunity to wash again. Okay, that's it for today. Everybody have an awesome day, and we'll see you again